Hello. Bismillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys doing? It has been a while. But we're here. We're going to be flying from the Salam airport all the way to Muscat International Airport. It is a relatively medium flight. This airplane would be used for such a flight. And I've done the sector a couple of days ago. It was okay. It's an interesting sector. Obviously, it's night, and we do have our beautiful moonlight, as well as our beautiful Alpha Airways livery to go off of. Do expect some minor lags. We are working through some potential difficulties, but these should be resolved quite quickly. Now, moving along. Let's jump in the cockpit and slowly start our preparation. Okay, so we're in the cockpit. This is the Fenix. It's an amazing add-on. We're also using GSX. It has been a while since GSX came out, but for me, I mean, I probably need to watch a lot more tutorials on it if I'm honest, but for me, it just seems like the UI is a little bit meh, you know? Sometimes I need to click this twice, so I'm not sure if anybody else has these issues, but I do. Either way, should be a very nice flight today. Okay, night flight, and hopefully our approach will also be just as nice. So, just a quick briefing. The distance we'll be traveling is around 492 nautical miles at a cruising altitude of 37,000 feet, and we will have 144 passengers on board today. That's not including the crew members, etc., etc. So, let's get started with our checklists. Now, bear in mind I may not be looking at chat as much as I'm trying to get these things sorted, that we will eventually resolve any issues, and once we get a bit more traction, we will be engaging with the community a little bit more. But enough said, let's get going. So we will start with, tell you what we'll start with. We'll start with preliminary cockpit preparation checklist. So we're just going to make sure that engine master 1 and 2 are in the off position, which they are, and that the mode selector is set to normal. Then the weather radar, we need to make sure that it is off. So predicted wind shear, GCS, I think that's what we need to look for, these two. Now we need to put make sure landing gear lever is down, and also make sure that the wipers are off. Now I assume these are the wipers. You may not be able to see them, but I think that switch there, guys, is the wipers. I think I'm not sure. Alright, let's get going. So, now this is done. Pretty confident we can just start the batteries now. 1, battery 2, see the voltage is fine. Since we have ground power, bring it on. Some systems will start working up, lighting up, everything will be, the airplane will come to life. Alright, so we have electrical power. We're waiting for the displays to turn on. Whilst they do that, let's look for our flight path from some brief. Okay, so we'll be, okay, so we have GSX doing its thing. Lovely. Okay. deploy the aircraft until the fuel truck arrives. So we'll wait for the fuel truck. Not sure when it will arrive. Oh, I'm pretty sure I did press 9 by the way. I just pressed 9. Smoke detection. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Customize the spark ignition fuels. Isolation lock. Oh, the warning went away. Wait, let me recall. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no. Normal. Okay. So it must have been something that the GSX crew is doing. Hey man. So he's happy, man. Look at him. He's pretty happy to be doing it. Alright, I just need to make sure that the fuel truck has arrived, which I don't see. Aren't I meant to have a lot more ground services right now? Request boarding. Request. Right, okay, request refueling. Request catering service. Might as well use it. Select catering operator. We'll do Emirates, why not? Nice stuff. Right, so let me quickly go over. I don't really need this. We do have a gate. So now, do I need to also? Yeah, everyone, vote. Pilot's boarding. I'm in. Oh, I so need to check this. I so need to make sure. We will be using. Let me check how much fuel we'll be using as reserve fuel. That's what I meant. So, we do that. Actually, yeah, we need to get the flight plan. Reload the PDF. Route, weather. I'm trying to load it. Pilot brief. Oh, it's in the pilot brief, I think. I think it's in the pilot brief. If I remember correctly. Reporting sim brief. Okay. It does seem like it is. So we will be using. It's a little bit hard to read. Oh, so much. On the site, but I believe it does say zoom is, I guess I write 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it's the 5th item, so it's 1. It does say 1.4. Tell them that will give us an extra time of 2 minutes. Let me double check here. I have it open in another device here, just to make sure. Yeah, it does say 1.4. That's the final reserve, but the alternative is 2.3. But the reserve is 1.4, so we will be using 1.4 as the reserve. Just make sure that's what's set up here. Yeah, so cargo's loading and passengers are loading. To be a little bit faster than that. Whilst that's happening, let's go over to our FMS and go to config. Actually, ATSU, AOC. flight init and init data request. It'll take some time, but it should. So OOSA, go closer. OOSA, OOMS, and that's our alternate OMDB. Perfect. Okay, lovely. Now we need to go back. So go up to the menu, ATC, AOC, and I think we need to get a load sheet. There we go. Load sheet. So I think 2 will be generated if I want to fuel weight. 27994. Turn. We're not getting any fuel. Let's take a look outside. Where is my fuel truck? Let's try and get a fuel truck in. Okay, getting service request for fuel. So probably they interchange when they're finished. So I'll just put that there. Perfect. Now, let's go over to finish up our overhead preparation. So we have no white lights policy, right? So all white lights must go. So let's start from the left and work our way to the right. So oxygen, crew supply, do the CVR test. I cannot hear sound. I'm not sure why. So we don't have external power. Have I muted it? That would be the sim sound, wouldn't it? Let me check. No, sim sound is fine. So that's weird, but I can't hear it. Turn ground control on. Let's try this one. Can't hear the sound. Okay, that's weird. Do you have everything? Let's see. That doesn't seem to work. Okay. Okay. Let's try one more time. See if this doesn't work. Hopefully we won't get into a crash. Okay, so ADIRS put to nav. Okay, refueling track's on its way. On bad. Okay, and ADIRS number 3. All set. Very nice. Now I will turn these pumps on. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. We have all of the cabin temperature controls here. The auto packs are faulty, they're on, everything, no white lights. Alright, auto, set our signs, and let's set our nav logo on. Now let's give the cockpit a test. Oh, it's hard to get the thing. Yeah, there we go. And now let's put a dim light on so that we can see the cockpit a little bit better. Now we will not be operating in ATC, so I will not worry about frequencies today. We will put it at 122.8 for now. There we go. On both radios. Alright. That's it. so slow. Only one right. Okay, so it wants me to open the door. So one right. It is open. Alright. Catering and the fuel guys there. Look at them. Let me go over to showcase. Let's see here. There we go, there's our fuel guy. Oh, he's connecting it. Okay. Okay, so let's put the desired system quantity. Mass and balance. So 7894, I will put it as, have some extra. I'll put it as 8.1. The reason behind it is so that we have a little bit of extra fuel. Doesn't hurt anyone apart from, you know what? Our airway does have money. We got money. We got money. Don't worry, guys. We do have money. We can pay for the fuel. Okay. Now, whilst that's all loading, I need to keep an eye on this because last time I did this, it was a bit weird. That's why I'm keeping an eye on this. Otherwise, I would have been going through here. And it is very slow, but we do have 48 passengers loaded now. I'm not sure if that will speed up when all the catering services are removed. That would be a pretty nice simulation. But let's get started with our init data. Okay, so I will request init. It's a pretty simple setup. Okay, so Oscar Sierra Alpha, Oscar Mike Sierra, and OMDB, and then flight number is Kilo Hotel Foxtrot, so that's Khilafa 292. And that will be the flight number. We'll do an IRS in it. Confirm align. Ooh, not sure if you guys get this as well, but I do. Therefore, you actually close one right. Let's see. Let's close one right. The ground services. One right is closed. Alright. Ooh, it's a lag. Airplane systems loading fuel. Okay, so we're loading the fuel. I go over to the fuel can page. You see it increasing. Oh, that's good. Now, wind. Request wind. Alright, return, and now let's set up the cost index, cruise flight level, and the likes. So, first of all, let's go over to our pilot brief so we can get all this information. So, cost index will be 6 and a flight level of 370. So, cost index 6, flight level 370. Done. Okay. Now, once we load the aircraft, we'll do the curve. Until then, let's go over to our flight plan and set up the departures. So, we'll be flying out, find the route. So we'll be going Dapok. That's our first waypoint. So that'll be a direct. No. Have to find it. There it is. This is our route. It's very hard to see, but you know, we'll work through it. So runway 07, Daxam 1 Union. Okay, so 07, Daxam 1 Union, departure. So insert, evacuate upgrade, introduce primary, blah blah. Okay, so let's check for So we've got one here. So from Mike Charlie Tango, we go directly to the airport. So it would be a direct arrival. So when we go here, set up arrival. We'll choose 08 left, because that's our one here, 08 left. And we're gonna do ILS 08 left, no stop, and that will be it. Let's always make sure that there are no flight discontinuities. There's one. So in the Airbus, I think we do this. I mainly fly the Boeing, to be honest, guys, but we're fine. We're getting through this. So now, bear with me for a second. Let me double check that the sound is going to be there. Okay, alright. So I just realized that the sound of the flight simulators rumbling my voice. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit clearer now. Let me double check on the stream again. Okay. Okay, I checked. I don't know if you can hear me twice, but I checked. Checked, everything's fine. I'm doing well. No, just gotta keep going. Alright, boys. So, we got the flight plan set. The performance is not yet done. We're waiting for the aircraft to fully load. Fuel is loaded successfully. Cargo is still loading, I assume, because the planned cargo is just... Okay, no, the cargo is not loading anymore. Oh, you know what? They can request their luggage at a later date. Okay. It is a nice moonlight, I'm not going to lie, and our livery does look crisp. Okay? I'm just gonna put it out there. It does look pretty crisp. Dun-dun-dun. Fuel pred. Do I need to go to fuel pred? I probably do. Yeah. Okay. So let's just wait nicely while the passengers are loading in. We do have fuel on board and smoking. Parking tickets is standby as required. We're just going through some stuff. Parking brakes set. Laps up. Everything's good. Everything's looking good, boys. Okay. It's a very nicely modeled cockpit, and I'm pretty sure... That's funny. I'm pretty sure they're coming out with the with a version 2 soon, which will be quite interesting. Max info list. We are running a full economy configuration. What's happening? Everyone's economy, guys. Keep the prices low. Oh no. Alright, well. Whilst we're waiting, actually, it would be a smart thing to do if we were to just load up the charts that we need. So, for our departure charts, we want to use the DAXA 1 Union RNAV departure, so I'll store that. During the route we don't really care as much, but I do want ground charts and I do want a taxi chart. So, parking, airport, takeoff, is that what we need? Yeah, that's what we need. So I'll start that as well. We'll go over to Oscar Mike Sierra. We'll get some ground charts in, just to make sure that we're ready on arrival. That's not it. Airport, probably that's it. Yeah. And we're not using any, let's click there. We're not using any arrival specifically, but we will go over to the approach. ILS or localizer, 108 left. This will probably be necessary. Now, let's go over to the starred charts or OOSA, and let's just see. So this is Daxon. Let me move it a little bit closer so that we can see it a little bit better. So we'll be taking off 07 at or above 3000. We're not following one queue, we're following one unit, so we'll be making a right turn, max 210 knots. Right turn, turning 0909. We need to be at flight level 15,000 and above it by Daxon. Okay. Okay, let me just see where the loading is going. Okay, so let's go in it. Let's do this. Let's completely in it. And I'll do it from the flight plan, so that we can save some time later on. So I'm looking it up on the device first so that we can find it quickly, because it's hard to look at the flight plan from the tablet here. Bear with me. Okay, I found it. Okay, so zero fuel weight estimated is 58. Zero fuel weight is 58. Fuel 7.9, but we put 8.0. That will be the fuel. And now I just need to trip time. Let's see. So zero fuel weight. We need the CGI basically. We just these are live, so they're live. So they're as we're loading the aircraft. We're mostly done. I will make sure next time to load the passengers a little bit quicker. But it is a pretty lengthy process IRL as well, so I guess this adds to the realism, isn't it? Okay. Now, refueling has been completed, so I will put the seatbelt signs on. We don't have any issues. And I did hear from another YouTuber who's a real life A320 pilot, I believe, that you don't want to have the passenger seatbelt signs on whilst the refueling is happening in case of a fire, because you'll increase the evacuation time and passengers will be stuck. You never know. So it will add to the workload of the crew on board if you do so. So therefore, whilst the refueling is happening, the seatbelt signs are kept as they are. As we still wait for the passengers to go, we're 8 minutes of our departure time. Apologies, but I should have given us a little bit more. However, let's look at the meter. So I'll just make sure it's refreshed. So QNH is 1011. 1011. Make sure it's for both. So we've added the QNH. Let me check mass and balance again. The tablet could be a little bit quicker, I'm not gonna lie. Or maybe my PC could be a little bit quicker too. But 1.2, 124, got a 20 more or so passengers left for us to do the fuel. I wonder whether if I put the zero fuel weight, be expected, will it do the CG by itself? No. No, it doesn't. Okay. It does do some extra calculation here. Let's see. by the time everyone's loaded, this will go to 58. This is our zero fuel weight, and this is the CG percentage we need to still add to our init fuel prediction page. So I assume this is the fuel pred page is the same, right? Okay. Let's keep it going. I mean, GSX is a nice add-on. It's a very nice add-on. You know, if you think about it, you get the gateways, you know, make sure that it's regional stuff. Like, for example, if we go into the cockpit again, you see that there? It says Oman Air. So it's regional stuff that it loads in. And I believe that's the GSX loading them in. No, the cargo tray is a very nice add-on. It adds to the immersion, definitely. And a lot of the time, people don't really care about ground services, to be honest. But there is a market for it, and because, you know, GSX, they seem to have done a good job. I don't like the UI of any add-on on Flight Simulator. I believe it's, I don't know, it just seems too. I'm an X-Plane guy, so in X-Plane you get all sorts of different UIs, and I think X-Plane 12 looks clean when it comes to the buttons and stuff, whereas this one's a little bit, for me, it's a little bit more sluggish. It tries to be very user-friendly, but it is sluggish, you know. You see here the cutoff, so there is the white part here, but it's not on the other side. There's a inconsistency. I don't like it too much, but the Airbus is nice, and I'm not an Airbus guy by any means, no offense, but yeah. Well, we're about to finish up the loading, so let's start thinking about our checklists. Sounds like boarding is complete. So we'll make sure that the doors are closed. Let me close the doors. This guy's gonna go first. The doors are closed. Let's see what's happening outside. Last time I did this, the GPU went away. Ground power unit, that is. Toggle gateway. Hello? There you go. Nice. Not bad, is it? Alright. Let's go and check our mass and balance. So the CG will be... So, okay, so it's 57.7 and 32.4. Okay, so let's correct it. 57.7 and 32.4. And we'll add that. And soon we'll see some calculations made here, right? Or do I need to insert that as well? Because I can do that, no problem. Because if we go over to our flight plan again, it does say where it says the alternate. Alternate is 2.3. No, yeah, alternate is 2.3 and 52 minutes. So alternate 2.3 and 52 minutes. We'll get a load sheet here, but it didn't work. That's weird. That's pretty weird. We'll leave it for now. We'll make sure we go through the performance calculations now. Lovely. So, Phoenix. They've done a good job with the performance calculations. So, departure performance. So, we'll be going out of runway 07. 07, the weather seems to be dry. Let's get all the details. So, our V speeds configuration of 1, we'll need trim set to 0.4. 149, 149, 151. Set that. 109, 151. So we'll have 1 and then the N 0.4. Flaps and thrust. PHS. Flex to temp 67. Not sure if that's good or bad, but 1070 for the rest. So 1070, 1070, and likewise for engine out. And transition altitude, you should be able to see this in the charts. Let's go over to the charts. Initial climb 10,000, awaiting. Unless I am blind, I am not sure. Okay, there it is, 13,000, there we go. So that's already inserted, which is good. So that's the CLB phase, so we don't need to do that now. I think we're pretty much done from an FMC configuration perspective. Okay, so let's get started for let's start a preparation for a nice little pushback and an engine start, pretty much. Yeah. So let me pull up the correct checklist over here in my other device. Okay, so let's check the final load sheet. So before pushback or start, check the final load sheet. 57 point, yeah, tow packs 14, I believe it's 147. Was probably without the crew. So we accepted the load sheet, fuel on board. Let's make sure we have the fuel on board, 8 tons. That's what we confirm. Perf data is completed. FMS data, takeoff data is completed. Perf page. Looks good. Then we need to pushback start clearance now, and we need to turn the beacon on. I believe we need to start the APU as well, so let's get that going. 2, 3. You gotta wait 3 seconds before you click the next. Let's do the CVR test now, see if it works. It still doesn't work. Bizarre. I do know why. You guys can probably hear it, but for some reason my sound is being outputted from the wrong device. So let me make sure that's corrected. That's why I couldn't hear it earlier. Let me try again. Yeah, okay, it works. Alright, let's do the fire tests that we didn't do before. We should have done them. Next week, inshallah, we will have proper procedures. Don't worry. I tried to focus on doing the graphics more this week. Get everything looking nice and good. So that took a bit of time, but next week we'll be fine. We've done the checks, APU. Oh, we have a cabin door open? Why is that? What's happening? No. Why is this guy connecting? See? GSX problems. What can I say? Right. Parking brake is set. This guy can go. You can go, man. Just leave. Okay. Waiting for APU. APU is available. Uh-oh. What have I done? Have I done a bad thing? No, it's okay, we're up again. Everything seems fine. Let's set our initial climb to 10,000 as per the chart. Okay. And we can safely disconnect external power. I don't want you to do anything. Leave me alone. Go. Go away. Okay. We can connect the tug. Let's just make sure that all the doors are closed. So we'll go over to the door page here and just make sure. Slide, slide, slide. So I assume that's fine. Okay. We'll set auto brake to max. Okay, not yet. Apparently. And we'll do the doors, thrust levers, check idle. Check idle. ACC press. Check. Alright. As we're steering memo displayed. Parking brake handle. Oh, do we have a pushback tug connected? It doesn't seem like we do. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we do have it, but it's just not showing. So I'll just remove the parking brake, see if we roll. Why would I do that? Okay, I'm pretty sure I do actually. Alright, let's just, because it just gets mad, let me just request pushback. Prepare for pushback and departure. Okay, so let's just use the GSX. Let's not confuse it too much, because then I get confused too. Then get all sorts of confused. Oh, hey man. So, okay, so he has the nose wheel thingy. You're ready for pushback, so what should I do? What are you doing? Oh, he has to insert the pin. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's go outside and check the animations. I will go over to my showcase camera. There we go, it's lifting us. That's nice. It's a good point. What do we want? Let me double check. First of all, let's go to internal view. Cockpit. Okay, let's quickly check the chart. Wait, so we're departing that way, so we want to be facing left, so nose left, tail right, so we'll do that. Alright, parking brakes released. APU bleed on. Auto, if it's like that. Okay, IGN start. Engine 2. Let's just, let me make sure. Check that. Engine 2 start. Announcing it, and lever set to start, and let's monitor. You can. Okay, we're getting some speeds. Let's look at the pushback going on. Do I have issues with how the textures are loading? Intrinsically weird, I'd say. What a word. What a word. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised with GSX. Last time I did this, it didn't work. But now it does, so I cannot be any happier for that matter. We're finally pushing back, guys. We're only... what? We were only, what's that? 25 minutes? 25 minutes delayed. Let's see if it will stop here. The right place. Seems like it will. Okay, we have engine 2 available and running. Alright, let's set parking brakes for him. Give me a minute. I need to start engine 1. I have to say, the sound is pretty nice. Yeah, I know you're waiting my confirmation, but you won't get it until I get good engine start. So... available. Okay. Absolutely. Thanks, buddy. Alright. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So, engine mode selector, normal, APU bleed, off, anti-ice, as required. We don't need anti-ice. Then, ground spoilers armed, rudder trim, we need to set it to down 0.4, so that would be about here. Thanks, buddy. Nice. He's very... I like GSX. What can I say? It's very nice. Okay. APU is not required, so we're gonna turn it off. APU off. Maps 1. Pitch trim is set. Slides. I assume it means this. Why are we moving backwards? Do I not have parking brake on? I do. Why are we moving backwards though? Wait, let me make sure that the tug is still not... okay. Stop. Okay. The tug was still connected, kinda. But we did have parking brakes. Interesting. Auto brake max. Your config. Normal. And cabin crew. We'll do that later. Now, let's turn on the predictive wind shear, even though I think it doesn't work. Sys and GCS. Ecam status checked. Nose wheel steering memo is removed. Awesome. After start checklist complete. So, taxi. Exterior lights set. We'll set these to off. Then probably wing lights. Strobe. Strobe auto. We'll set it to auto. And parking brake handle off. Well, I don't. Yeah, let's do off. Yeah, and then we need to do the flight controls, flight control surfaces. So, stick full left, full right, full up, full down, rudder, full left, full right, center, checked. Flight controls are as expected. Next we have we don't have ATC clearance, but we are going to taxi. So if I pull up the charts here, let's use night charts. Let's go airport. Okay, so we'll take a left and go all the way down here. Take off from there. So let's set some thrust going. Turn on ND for both of us. Okay, taxi check is complete. Let's double check no one's coming. Well, let's not go too fast now. And we're taxiing over to the runway. Finally, we're rolling. Seems to be fine. Everything seems to be working. Seems to be functioning. Still have some time to turn into the runway. Oh, what a nice light. Is it getting crushed? We don't know. In the previous flight simulator, that would be FSX. If you had a truck or a ground vehicle going through the airport and you had crash settings on and you ran it over, it would crash the sim. It'd say you crashed, you have to restart. So a lot of the time you just turn off the crash settings because of it. And that would be from add-ons. You'd add add-ons like safe cars, you know, like iVow network would have like a safe car, all of that stuff. You'd add it for realism, and you end up crashing into it by mistake because it just drives in front of you, right? The thing is with the vehicles then, I don't know about here, I haven't seen it as much. The vehicles that come and they stop right here. So if you were to move forward, you'd hit him with your engine or something, and then you'd still crash. So you'd have to go around, like, hopefully this taxiway does have a lot of extra space, I guess, but not all of the taxiways do. But you know. That's fine. We're taxing quite fast, I'm not gonna lie. But it's necessary. So let me prep the next checklist items. So before takeoff, so 07 brake fan is off. Let's say we have the takeoff clearance. I'll try and do this while we're rolling so that we can speed up the process. So TCAS TARA. Just make sure I turn in time before I crash into the dirt. Okay. And takeoff runway is confirmed. Let's stop here. Lovely. Let's get ready. Sliding table stowed. The single most useful feature of the Airbus is the tables. Strobe will set it to on. When we turn off lights, running lights, and TO nose lights set to on. Let's line up. Clear left. Clear right. There 7. I have to say the lighting is good. I've set the settings to low because streaming usually does this. But we are ready. So, chrono. Let's put our thrust over to takeoff thrust. Flex set. I'll put it toga because it seems like man thrust was engaged instead. Airspeed alive. 100 knots, 110, 120. V1, rotate. V2, positive rate. Gear up. I can barely see. Let me turn the brightness down. I can barely see the flight director. Alright. Thrust to climb. Come on. Yeah. Got it quite quickly. Autopilot on. Lever asymmetry. Climb. Come on. Climb set. Okay, cool. I'll just not touch it. Flaps up. Just make sure it's handling the right level increase. Doesn't the night sky seem a little bit too bright? I mean, I'm not going to lie, I like it. And the airplane does look beautiful, alhamdulillah. But it does seem like it's pretty bright. I'm not gonna lie. Okay? But enough of that. We need to be above 15,000 feet for Daxam. But it is expecting that we're going to be at flight level 227, so that's going to be good. Since there's no ATC, I'll do a straight climb all the way to flight level 370. And we'll go from there and on. Okay? So, So after takeoff checklist, TCAS is TARA, check, anti-ice is as required, we don't need it. And after takeoff checklist complete. So climb checklist, performance is set to climb. We're still to go above our transition altitude. Let's turn off the nose lights. They're lighting the nose over there. It's good. We're airborne. Now let's check outside. Lovely. Very nice. What a wonderful aircraft. You know what's more wonderful? The airways. Look at this. They look clean. IMO. They look clean. Let's see now. I'll put it at 40 because I want to see the whole turn here. This is the top of climb down there. And we're passing 10,000 feet. So lights off. Wing line, I'm not sure if it's used generally. You can just leave it as is. Okay. Let me see if I can get the QNH to... There we go. Linked. I want it linked so that I don't have to do it. Instrumental first handling. I probably need to turn the auto jetway simulation off. Right, we're about to start turning. It's a beautiful weather and clear skies, beautiful sky, nice moon over there. Looks fantastic. It was a pretty smooth takeoff, pretty smooth. I've noticed that the rudder on the, let's turn off the Khayran on MD. We are going through, so standard. But I've noticed that the rudder, when you're taxiing, you know, the nose wheel steering, it takes some time to respond. I'm pretty sure that's realistic, but it is weird because you don't have a feel of how the momentum of the aircraft is working if you're obviously in a cockpit home simulator, or you know from just your computer, right? So when you turn the rudder the other way, you expect it to turn, but when it doesn't, that's pretty weird. Well, for the meantime, when we get a steady climb rate, I will allow the passengers to move around the cabin, probably. But I had to keep these in. I made the livery for Caliphate Airways. This is our airways. We own this. But I thought I'd leave this in. Purely because Dave. Yeah, that's basically it. Dave. I did press chrono before we start, but it seems that I need to press it there. Why do I need to press it twice? I'm not too sure. Oh, it does appear here, I forgot. Well, perhaps I should have pressed it there as well. Yeah, we're above 15,000, so we're already making the requirement for Daxam, which is in 13 nautical miles over here. pretty close. Whilst we're waiting there, I want to go over to flight plan and I want to set up some rings around our destination airport. Before I do that, let me just reduce the sound of the simulator because it is very loud. I can barely hear myself talk. Now you guys will probably not be able to hear it, so let me just get the sound correct. Let me just hear the stream for a second. Okay? Just gotta be accurate. You gotta be accurate when you do stuff. Okay, I believe it sounds okay. I will increase it. I'll increase it a little bit. Actually, flight simulator audio. Make sure that it's not overpowering my voice. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Now to our initial point. I wanted to go over, so Oscar Oscar Mike 008 left. So you go click any waypoint and you go to fix info. What I do is I've seen people do it. I didn't do it myself, obviously. 08 left. We'll be able to see it clearer when we get there. But if I was to go to plan and set this to 20, then go over to flight plan here and keep going next page. Next page, next page. You see the two rings. So this is at 4 nautical miles away from that runway, and this is 10 nautical miles away. And that helps you like set flaps and so on. But it is going to be an intricate approach, as you can see. I've flown this before, so I'm pretty aware of the turns, but this seems very counterproductive, if I say so myself. Why not just go like this? You know, charts, you know. They know what they're doing. The people that make the charts. Have you ever met them? I've never met one. How do they decide on the airways? And they actually have, like Navigraph, for example, has a lot of updates on the navigation data, etc. You know? So how do they manage? Okay, so we're flying, we're pretty stable. I'll let the passengers have a walk around the cabin if they so wish to. Alright, because we are 25,000, we're a pretty stable climb, and I will head off for a couple of minutes because I need to pray Maghrib, inshallah, and I will be back in a bit. Before I go, I meant to do this. Before I go, set up some text. Lovely. Now that's huge, if you ask me. So let me just try and pick the font. Oh man. Size is 256. That's too much. 128. Okay. I just noticed, by the way, the ETA from my overlay just keeps changing. That's crazy. It's doing all the I don't know what it's doing. Anyways, we'll be back soon, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, that'll be it. Let's see you in a bit. Salam alaikum. Stay tuned and enjoy your coffees. Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump in our beautiful cockpit and double check where we're at. We have a long way. We do. A long way over to our descent point. I'm not sure. Distance to TD. Okay, so we have 216 to TD. That's fine. That is fine with me. Oh, we seem to have a lot of side wind because we are going sideways. Let me double check. Look at us. We're drifting around a bit. Are we supposed to have such a left bank? Let me double check. So, autopilot is connected. We're not going off track. We're pointing there, but we are going here. So if you can see this little diamond over here, it points where the aircraft is traveling, but the yellow line points where the nose is pointing, so the heading, right? So we're looking fine. Let's I'm pretty sure there was a map, right? There we go. That's the map. A beautiful country, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Morocco. All beautiful countries, and we do have plans in the future to travel there. Let's hide the map for now. Let's look at the meter on our destination. So 1009, 25 degrees, so that's fine. It's a pretty hot temperature, that is. It's a perfect temperature for aircraft, so variable at 02 knots. If it stays like this, let's re-import it. If it stays like this, then I think if we were to do an approach on runway, what's the other runway the airport has? Let me check. The opposite runway, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at here. Because it's more beautiful, and the reason is you go over water. So, mass, approach, 26 right. That's where you go over the sea. And it's a more beautiful approach. So if it stays as it is, then I think we should change it. Just to go for a prettier approach, you know, nighttime, moonlight, reflecting off the sea. I do have the settings low, so that I can keep my FPS somewhat higher. Fenix is usually a heavy aircraft, but when we get to do some other flights, we have other plans to do with private jets and all that, which are smaller and they don't take as much of my memory. Then I'll be able to increase the graphic settings, perhaps. There is a very nice simulator, I have to say. Microsoft has done an outstanding job at the looks and the graphics. I mean, it's never been done before, has it? In all honesty. They smashed it in terms of the looks. But I'm pretty sure they can do better. They can do better in terms of the physics, because I've heard a lot of people, they say that X-Plane is more realistic, and when I say a lot of people, I mean a couple, not that many, okay? It's just a couple of people who are real pilots, and they say that the feel of X-Plane is a little bit better. And if you actually look at how they do the simulation in X-Plane, it does look pretty cool. Right? So we'll have to give X-Plane that benefit of the doubt. No scenarios. Everything's looking good in the aircraft. I'm pretty sure we need to set the destination data, so let's do that here. Okay, so destination QNH 1009. Temperature is 25, so cav OK, 25. Before I do that, 009. Yep. Temperature. Wait, what was the temperature again? 25. Okay, 25. Landing configuration. We'll go flaps full. So far, VAP is 137. So that's our landing speed, our approach speed. But I'm not sure if that's also our landing speed. I think it is. Transition flight level should be the same as it is on there, but let's double check. I'm not sure if you can tell from an arrival or an approach chart, but let's give it a go. 19, Mr. Pro, that's different. Okay, here it is. Trans alt is 13,000, trans level is 150. So trans flight level, I have to go with flight level 150, right? That's what it's asking, correct? I mean, okay, let's go back to our meter. Variable 0.2 knots. I don't see how this. I'm not sure how we can do variable. 02, is that a valid entry? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, I'll leave it as it is. Hopefully we'll update it later on, but currently we are at the cruise level. Okay. So we're at 37,000 feet, 250 knots at 0.770 Mach. It is a nice application, it's a nice flight. Okay. Everything looks stable. This is, I have to say, this is a very realistic Airbus. I mean, the last time I remember Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator in general, had an Airbus was back in the Flight Simulator X days with Aerosoft, who released an Airbus A320. At the time I wasn't too keen on realism and whatnot, so I cannot remember whether it was a good one or not. What I can say though is this is definitely an upgrade. I mean, like I said in one of my previous streams, like Fenix has hit the mark with this, because they were, I believe, the first ones to introduce a fully functional EFB out of the box. Okay, PMDG, I'm not sure if they released it, I haven't been keeping up to date with them. I'm pretty sure I saw some videos with it, but probably have released it and I look stupid now, but you know, they set the standard in the industry, and their aircraft is actually not as expensive as some other aircraft like PMDG. PMDG is I believe coming up with a 777, right? Which is anticipated, you know, but yeah, no, Phoenix set the standard, I believe. The cockpit is so well designed, the graphics are so clean, the simulation is realistic, and I'm not the only one who says it. I do take some of the feedback I'm telling you. Okay, I need to disarm those spoilers, by the way. There we go. Company message. What landing lights do I need to retract? because I'm getting the memos now. It's just small little parentheses. But let's go into the view menu. That's AOC menu. Received messages. BADC delay card on company tablet and allocate C. ADC delay card on company tablet. Text if applicable. Send ADC. So probably there's some delay message I need to send. I'm not sure how to do that, and I'm not going to mess around with any part of this, just in case something goes wrong. Let's see. 137 nautical miles. But yeah, going back to the topic, I mean, and the airplanes are definitely way better looking, in my opinion, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, in terms of graphics, textures. I'm not sure why that is. If I'm honest. But for me, Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, even FSX looked better than X-Plane, X-Plane 10, X-Plane 11. I mean, you can make X-Plane look good, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't hit the same. The graphics don't hit the same in X-Plane, you know? These graphics look good, you know? And I think Microsoft Flight Simulator I'm not going to compare fully the simulators, because you know you can pick whichever one you want. You can fly both, as far as I'm concerned. No, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, Flight Simulator seems a little bit more professional type, whereas with X-Plane you can be a little bit more. You know, actually, Flight Simulator X was pretty standardized, so you couldn't, from what I remember, and maybe I'm wrong, but from what I remember, you couldn't get as many add-ons as you could with X-Plane. And X-Plane you could always get add-ons, even X-Plane 10, 11, you know, you had the X-Plane maker, you can make your own stuff, whereas with the Flight Simulator X, I don't remember being able to get add-ons, third-party add-ons. Not when I say third-party, I mean from freeware, open source, all that stuff. I only remember having to buy stuff back then, but they've done a good job. And if I'm honest, now I just clicked, the fly-by-wire team did an EFB, so we have to give credit to them, and they're freeware as well. And their Airbus is very good too. I think it performs better than the Fenix on my machine, right? So let me take that back, because fly-by-wire, they did a good job with the EFB, and I remember it. And when I first installed the simulator, I was never, like back in FSX days, X-Plane days, you didn't have a tablet, right? But these now, they're coming out, they're very useful. And the integration with SimBrief, it's just made flight planning way easier. Like back in the day, you needed to go over to Route Planner, Route Finder, and you'd had to go to your Fuel Link planner, and you had to mix the two. Whereas now SimBrief and Navigraph have just standardized the process. You can import, you can integrate with other software. So it's pretty well done at, say, X-Plane. But I'm not sure if, I don't think not X-Plane, sorry, MSFS, but I'm not sure if X-Plane has the same integration, or just as good integration with SimBrief. I think it's more of a manual process. You can get add-ons, I believe, which you can load up your flight plans. You can probably import from SimBrief, if I remember correctly, in the Zibo mod, but I don't think it's as well integrated across the board in X-Plane as it is in Flight Simulator. So yeah, I mean, good airplane. We're hoping to see new stuff because it's 2024, guys. Okay, and so far, if you look at across the board, the flyable good airplanes of, you know, commercial standards, let's say. Do I need to put this as standard as well? I'm just looking around the cabinet, just picking stuff up as I'm going, to be honest. You know. But no, I think where was I? So I think the standardized commercial aircraft that you can fly is the PMDG 737 and the Fenix A320. Other than that, I don't seem to be able to recollect anything else. What else can you do? What else is there that's payware that you can fly? Yeah, so we don't have any double deckers. We don't have any big airplanes, so to speak. We do have the default 787, which is pretty decent. It's not that good. Then we have a third-party one. I mean, a year ago, I remember the third-party 787 wasn't as featured. Although it did do the job, it wasn't as featured as it needed to be to completely set a picture or a standard. But it was, the 787 is pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, you got your touchpad. I mean, I love Boeing aircraft anyways. I just love how they look. I love how they feel when you fly them. You know, they feel very like you're in control. One thing the Boeings will never have over the Airbus, though. I think we all know what that is. You know, it's a meme. You know, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. You know, like if everything between an Airbus and a Boeing went head to head and they were all equal, and there was one thing left that the Airbus has more than the Boeing, it'd be the table. It'd be this. It'd be this. It's true. It's true. You have to point it out, you know? It's a vital element. No, the positioning of the sticks and the yoke in the Boeing, right? I get it. I mean, it is much nicer to have clean, you know, space in the front over here. You know, this is your space. You don't have to have something between your legs sticking out, you know, like a big thing here. I don't like the stick as much as I would like a yoke while flying an aircraft. From my limited simulation experience, that is. But definitely, I like the clean space here. It's much cleaner. An Airbus is much cleaner. You know, it has less blockages on the way, less buttons, I guess. It looks cleaner, right? An Airbus looks cleaner than a Boeing. A Boeing has a lot of switches, a lot of... They look good, but they look weird at the same time, you know? And the positioning I like. The thing I don't like, the downside that I see is that obviously you swap from being an officer over to a captain seat, and you have to swap between right and left hand now, all of a sudden. Which is doable. I've done it. You know, it's just not as nice. Whereas with a yoke, you still have to swap with a yoke actually. But you can you can fly the aircraft with both hands, I guess. Both hands on the yoke. Not too sure. Maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I'm just yapping too much, but it's true. I do love the space here. I mean, the table, is that necessary? I don't know. I don't know. I think there are rules. Companies have rules on how much you can eat whilst you're flying. All the airlines, they can decide that for themselves. They own the aircraft. They're the decision makers. I may be saying inaccurate stuff, so just bear that in mind. And if I'm yapping too much, you can let me know. No problem. You know what I mean? But the side stick is too simple. I don't know why, but I do like the idea of having trim. I am used to the Boeing, and I think being able to trim it from here is nicer than having to remove your hand off the throttle and do this. I don't know how much manual trim Airbus pilots need to do. Probably not much. But still. Right? It's nicer to have it in the stick. And that's from me having experience with the Boeing TCA yoke from Thrustmaster. Oh wow, we're at full 10 degrees offset. Wow, we're getting side-winded. What's that over there? Oh, that's just the glass. I thought it was smoke. Yeah. I think Airbus is designed a little bit more. It's a little bit more beautiful, if I'm honest, than Airbus inside. I do like Boeings. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think Boeings are super. But design-wise, I have to say I prefer the Airbus. How it looks. I think objectively the Airbus looks better. Let me rephrase that. I think objectively the Airbus looks better and cleaner. But I personally like the Boeing. I personally like it. When I first started flight simulators, I did it. I got the Airbus. I got the Boeing. I got the PMDG 737 for the FSX, and I went on from there. So Boeing has a special place in my heart, and I do like the flying mechanics of the Boeing compared to the Airbus. I think Airbus is a little bit too automated. Especially with the flare mechanics, you really have to drill it in your head. If you come from a Boeing background, when simulating especially, you have to drill it through your head. When you're flaring especially. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. Like, you don't pull back as much, but you still need to pull back, but not as much, and the airplane looks like it's already pointing down, but it's actually pointing up if you look at the attitude indicator. So it's pretty funny. I've definitely made a lot of bad landings with it, in all honesty. Let me just double check that the sound is good. That's good. It seems good. There is a 6-second delay, approximately 6-second delay from my computer to your screens. But yeah. One thing that I don't forgive Flight Simulator for, actually two things, but one of them is especially annoying. Weather radar. Come on. It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years and there's no weather radar. That's one thing X-Plane beats Microsoft Flight Simulator in. The weather radar in X-Plane is fantastic. Whereas here, there's no weather radar. Are you serious? It's not like you need it. It's not like you need it, but it's just when we're measuring such good simulators, you're looking at the nitty-gritty. In this case, I don't think this is nitty-gritty. I think it's a pretty big deal, right? We are reaching our top of descent soon. It says enter desk data, which I think we've done, unless I missed something. Radio? Do I need to do radio? Oh, approach. That's fine. Desk data. I think that's ready. I'm not sure if we need to go through a checklist. Let me double check. I think we should go through checklists. So descent preparation. So we needed to do the performance as well. I forgot to do that, but we will do it as we're descending. We do have enough time, that's for sure. So 35 nautical miles away from. So we will set the seatbelt signs to on. That's the first thing. I want everyone seated and fastened up. Nav charts on clipboard. Okay, so we've already loaded the nav charts from before. Status page. Check. There's nothing. Unless it means a status page here. No. Okay, normal. Yeah, that's what it means. Okay, so we're doing the descent preparation checklist right now. Okay. Well, descent preparation is not a checklist. This is a procedure, right? There's a difference. Okay, so landing proof data, landing conditions. So we can review. I'll think if we need to do the change. Should have probably already done it by now, but it's 1009 on the QNH. We do have wind 300 at 5. So, on what runway are we? Are we landing on 08 left? So it might make sense for us. It might make sense for us to change the landing runway. Let me double check this. So if I go OOMS arrival, I think we should, right? I think we should change the runway. In this circumstance, that is. So we will change it. Let's just do it. O star, insert, get rid of the flight discontinued. Okay. Let's make sure there's no. Okay, there it is. Just hit itself. Thank you. Thank you for that. And make sure top of descent is still the same, which is good. Okay. In that case, we will need to go back to our Navigraph charts and reload the correct chart for our arrival, which is going to be runway 26 right, which is ILS or localized runway 26 right. I will unstar the 08 right and star the 26 right. Okay. Let's go to the start. 26 right, let's just load that up. Okay, so this is the approach. It'll be a C approach like that, so it will be rather beautiful, so I can't wait. We're pretty close to the top of descent. I'll set our initial descent altitude, so if I go to flight plan 37, 35, 10, so we'll set it to that. I'll do down to 5,000 for now. Okay, we'll do down to 5,000 for now. I want to keep the performance, so 12 nautical miles out. Well, FMS prepare. Okay, so we need to do the perf data now, but I want to wait. Actually, I'll open up the page. The landing page, sorry. The landing performance page, just so that we can get our performance data. I will apply the METAR. We're 26 right. I'd say it's good because it is night. There probably is some humidity. It is a sea environment, so there is some water flying around. We need to get our landing weight, but we will have medium auto brake, flaps full, auto thrust off, manual land, yes. Idle note, no, we will be using max reverse. Okay, and let's start our descent. Right, so at this point I will turn on the terrain on ND because we are descending and I don't want this to increase my workload later. Okay, we're looking good. I'm going through the descent preparation items slowly but surely. Landing elevation check. We're doing flaps 4, we're not doing flaps 3 here. It says landing elevation is auto brake as required. So at this point we probably need to set medium. That's fine. And we did. Now we need to calculate our landing weight. And in order for me to do that, I need to... There's two... Let me just remember quickly how to do it. So gross weight. So these are live values. Probably we need to go to our flight plan. Let's make sure that drag is not required. It says enter desk data. Pretty sure I have. I'm pretty sure I have. Is that what it means? That's rad now, it's nothing to do with it. Good pred. Good. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Okay, on the flight now, if we go over to our weights page, fuel information, but we do want weights, the weights here. So, we don't, landing weight estimate is 62.4. Okay, but I do remember asking in the Fenix Discord chat how to do it. So let me quickly. Okay, let's quickly check. So there is a landing weight here, which is the estimate. The maximum is 64.5. Landing weight, the estimate 62.4. Your fuel weight, gross weight 62. So what? We're gonna go down by 200 kg by the time we send. Okay, so let me make sure. Let's clear this. I'm not sure I need to enter anything. Right? Let's see here. Fuel credit, that's fuel. Right. Stuff, performance, approach. And that's a go around. The app is 137. VLS, there we go, that's the VLS one. So 132 is our VLS. So we're in the descent phase. And these are our rims, as you can see clearly. Almost 80 miles away. We're still drifting around the map. So at 230 we can afford to have, okay, 230 plus 1 on the flap, so 215. We get flaps 1, 200 we get flaps 2, 185 and below we get flaps 3 going, and full flaps when we're 175, 177 and below. So that should help us. We have plenty in our tanks. Okay, so our estimated landing weight, we can get it from the, let's not get too sidetracked, but we can get it 62.4. Now I'm not sure how to calculate it exactly, but our estimate is 62.4. So if I was to do the perf, so I'd have to put 62.4, and the wind is coming like that. Oh wow, we only need 1.4 kilometers to land. Any distance procedure. I will not touch this. I will just, this is probably when, I'm not too sure. I will not touch it. It's gonna feel good. EFOB added to this. Okay, someone just helped me out in the Discord there. Shout out to Alex. I think it's the second time I asked. But I name dropped him, but you know. Okay. 57.7 add 4.6, right? So that comes to 62.3. 62.3. So the estimated one was pretty close, so 62.3. I'm not sure why it wasn't accurate. 0.3. I thought I had to write it all again, but I didn't. Well, the descent is going fine. We're staying on top of our descent marker. We're getting closer, so I'll just decrease the distance. Jubbly. Now I have noticed two issues with my overlay. The speed is not showing and the ETA is all over the place, so I'll try to fix them for next time, inshallah. I'm quite happy that we're getting to change our runway. It's pretty nice. It would be a nice approach. I've never done this approach, but pretty sure it'll be a nice approach. And we can see the city lights from far away coming. But it is a very nice night. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's a very bright night. Very bright night. There's the moon. It's moved. It's a very bright night. So, subhanallah. Okay. So, one thing I don't like about the Airbus is that you can't preset the QNH. So unless I can do something here that will allow me to do that, then I cannot preset the QNH. And we're getting some gusts of wind here, so hopefully we won't get any damage to the aircraft. You better not touch my aircraft, man. Come on. Look at it. Looks clean. Looks clean. I see Ahmed has joined us. Loyal follower, mate. Assalamu alaykoum, Ahmed. Barakallahu feekum. Okay. We will be setting up some streams with Ahmed, inshallah, in the future. We'll maybe doing some shared cockpit streams that won't be as disastrous as the previous one, which was just over a year ago. Actually, less than a year ago, I would say. No, it was actually less than a year ago, or just over a year ago. We're pretty much the same week. He's here since the beginning. Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. Good to see. Good to see. Thank you for watching. What do you think of the stream so far? I mean, I'm not doing a very good job with the checklists. I haven't practiced as much with the checklist, but I definitely put a lot of time into the graphics, so like the overlay and everything else. Alhamdulillah, you know, it's nice, I think. We're getting closer. So I'll say we've done the landing performance. I mean, is there anything else maybe I need to put in the alternate? I tried, right? I did try. We're in the descent phase, and we don't need any drag, and everyone's fine, and the seatbelts are on, and we're all happy. We're getting closer and closer. So this is the airport, or somewhere here. Further it'll be, yeah, maybe somewhere around there or there. But we will be turning Yeah, because we're looking forward and it's there, so like somewhere there, and we'll be turning, going in, and then turning like that, which is fine. We like that. Wasn't boring at all. It is interesting to hear what's on your mind through flying. Good stream, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Alhamdulillah. You know, there's interesting topics going on. I didn't get into what Microsoft is. My second problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, we touched on the weather radar not functioning even after 4 years of it. Um, you know, we did wait for Microsoft Flight Simulator for 14 years, I think, was it? Since the FSX release, for them to release another simulator. It has to be. I mean, they nailed the textures and the graphics, but you have to get the functionality as well if you had 14 years of a gap. Okay, we're passing the. It's not coming to my head now, but we're passing the transition flight level. There we go. So QNH 1009 are set for both. Check. Cross checked. 14,000. And we're going. We don't need any drag. We are quite good. The speed. We're quite good. As we should be. Okay, let me now check. So approach checklist, barrel reference set to both, seatbelts are on, and auto brake is set. I'm not sure what I need to do to engine start select. There is a point here, approach checklist, it says that, but I'm not sure what I need to do. I won't touch it for now. I will not touch it. Okay. So, the approach procedure, I believe. Flight plan sequencing. Looks fine to me. Adjust. You know. It says, I'm reading out the checklist, and I don't know what flight plan sequencing is, and it says adjust. So I'll need to look into that later on. Managed speed. I'm not sure what that is. Flight path monitor. Yeah, we're monitoring it. We know where we're going. We can see the airport now. So, which is good. It's nice. It looks nice. It looks nice. We will. I am aiming to get an upgrade on the whole, graphics and stuff for the visual pleasure of myself and yours, inshallah. But it's not going to be any time soon, I believe. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's keep moving. So. Radar adjust as appropriate. So we do have our terrain nomad D. So that's fine. We can see it. Speed brake we don't need. Not sure I need to arm it yet. So intermediate to final approach. Okay, so add green dot. Flaps 1. So at this green dot, I believe, we do flaps 1. Okay, so until we get there, no flaps 1 for this guy. But as of now, we are passing 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet. So landing lights on. Let's turn them on. All of them. Let's turn all of them on. Why not? Everybody back in the cabin, wake up. Wing lights are on. I've been on this aircraft. Or not this. I think actually this aircraft. Yeah, and when you're sitting here on the wing, I usually like to sit on the wing. There's a light going on the wing. It's nice. But look, you can see it. But then they close it, and you can only see that light. If it's pitch dark outside, you can only see that light there, and it's so creepy because you don't see the rest of the wing, so you just see a floating light pretty much. I mean, when it lights up, you can see the wing a little bit, but you know, from what I remember. Okay, so we're turning now. I do trust that it is correctly guiding us down. So let me check what flight level we need to be at. So we're close. Okay, so now I will put the 3, and I'll press that again. Just like flight deck to sim says, I have airbused my way down here. And there was one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to check the go around altitude, which we didn't. We need to. So if we miss the approach, we'll climb the runway heading. Okay, to intercept and follow R29 CT. So I believe that's already programmed here as a go around, the blue line, the cyan line. Okay. No. Okay, I think we're pretty fast, so I will slow us down a little bit so that we can set flaps 1. We'll do 210. Let's see if it would go down. No, because it needs these two, right? Okay, let's give it time. Maybe it will switch now. Let's see what speed. Okay, no, it will switch down when we're after this, right? Are we going? Let's go to 10 nautical miles now. Okay, we're passing this purple point. I think that's when it starts to decelerate, I believe. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we are decelerating. Then it will go down to 137 over time now, so we have to be on the ball for the flaps. Okay. So the aircraft is leveled off at 4,300. So it says at green dot, and we're pretty much there. So I'll set flaps 1. Uh-oh. Shouldn't I have said? Will I get overspeed? Wait. Okay, no, flaps 1 is fine. For some reason it said flaps 2. I'm pretty sure that was... Unless I had flaps for the entire flight, which I don't think so. Right? Surely no. Surely not, guys. So, 2,500 feet AGL minimum. So that would be, I believe when it says AGL, above ground level, right? So I'm pretty sure that's radio altimeter. And I'm not sure where I can look that up. We're going down to 3,000. Enter desk data. I have entered it, I think. I think so. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. S speed check or set at 2,500 feet AGL minimum. We put flaps 2. Okay. Flaps 2. So when flaps 2, then you set the landing gear down. I just realized the terrain is kind of masking the blue fix we've set. That's fine. As we're reaching, and I will. Should I activate approach yet? No. Let's do 2,000. Let's let it go. Let's let it line up. Get within 10. And I'll activate the approach phase. But the speed is looking good. The speed is looking good. Okay. So slowly, I'll need to take over controls here. Okay. So now I'll activate the approach. Approach phase is activated. So now I can set the go around altitude, which I didn't what was it? Climbed 6,000. Okay. So 6,000 set. 6,000 set. Go around altitude set. Okay. I think I should put We're 10 nautical miles away, so we still got time, but I'm stressing. I want the set the flaps, get everything configured. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We're doing it. We're fine. Okay. Yeah, we're looking. The pappies are looking good, so we're good. Okay, so I'll preemptively put flaps 2 because I'm eager. I'm eager to put flaps 2. Okay, so when flaps 2, gear down. So gear down. Auto brake is confirmed. Ground spoilers armed. Exterior lights are set. We should start turning anytime now. That's good. We will not do an auto land, but we are pretty much ready for one, if I'm honest. So when landing gear is down, flaps 3. So flaps 3, and when flaps 3, then order flaps full. Okay, flaps full. Okay, so we're fully configured. Green lights everywhere. Gear down, green lights. So I will take off everything. Okay, let's land this bad boy. There we go. Let me just increase the speed again. Let's not overdo it. Okay. We do have some wind from the some crosswind. Thrust to climb. Yeah, so we set the thrust to climb. Okay, I'm descending too much. Let me increase speed now and decrease my descent rate. But we do set the thrust to climb when we want to have auto thrust on. That's how Airbus works, which for me is weird, but you know, we do have some crosswind here, and I will go back to my more. I need speed currently. Let me just go and increase the speed a little bit. Yeah, I need to start descending a little bit more now. A lot more actually. Okay.
100 above.
Let's go. Descending. Do speed.
1,000.
It says 100.
Minimum.
It just said 100 above. 100 above what? Okay, I need to reduce thrust. We're too high. Oh, this is an unstable approach, but I have to get through this. Okay, so I will decrease more thrust. We're going down very quickly, so let me slowly pull this up. Okay. Okay. Okay, our thrust is set. We're good on speed. We're good on speed. Okay, now I'll be focusing on the pappies. My descent rate is a little bit high. We're good. This seems good now. We brought it back. But we're veering off to the wind changed. So we do have a wind coming in from the right a little bit. I see the pappies.
100.
And I do see the touchdown zone.
Flight slow.
40.
We're
30,
very
20. Retard.
okay.
5.
Oh, she's a floater. Oh, we're floating now.
10.
Oh no.
5.
I don't.
Retard.
Okay. Okay. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. We could have floated for longer. And we didn't. So that's fine. Manual braking. And we don't need to brake as much because we do have to roll over to the next exit. But that's nice. Let me know if the touchdown feet per minute. It wasn't a bad touchdown. It was a float. It was a bad float. So I pulled up too much. I shouldn't have pulled up as much. But yeah. Okay. So we're off the runway now. Let's start retracting our flaps. We're getting a clap from the passengers. I'm not sure if they were in the pilot, they would be clapping as much, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Make sure we exit the runway fully. And make our left turn here. Okay. I think the touchdown was good, right? Was it good? I have to go watch the replay back. Well, enough said. Let's start getting these over to standby. Our landing lights retract. So set to taxi. When we turn off, we don't need them. We'll start the APU preemptively. Yeah, the wind. Still, yeah, it didn't make it that hard. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. The wind wasn't that bad. It's just that I haven't flown in a while. So the approach was pretty, in terms of descent rates and all that, the approach was pretty unstable, if I'm honest. So let's go over to the airport, because I do want to know where I'm going. We'll go and park around there. So we'll go park there. Okay. The flaps up. I need to disarm the spoilers. Make sure they're retracted. We have landed, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, could have been worse. I landed with this view. I couldn't stop myself. I like this view too much. I saw a 330 driver. He said that this view is more realistic, and I respect that. And it does seem more realistic because everything seems reachable with this view, whereas with the previous one, it doesn't. Not as much. But I had to go with this one just to ensure we landed. Maybe when we do fly together, Ahmed, we will get a better landing than this. So APU is available. That's confirmed. All right. So let me go through. First of all, let me look at the taxiway. I'm looking at the taxiway and I'm looking at the checklists. Okay. There's go around and there's after landing checklists. Okay, so spoilers disarmed, exterior lights are set, radars. Okay, so let's set our predictive wind shear and all that stuff to off. There we go. What's next? Yeah, engine mode selector to normal. I mean, I didn't change it. Probably I should have. TCAS standby, it's set. ATC as required, we're not using it. APU is started. We have available brake temperature. Brake temperature would be fine if I went to the gear. See, now it'd be easier to see. So let me just full stop here because we are going to go into. Is there a stand to go into? We'll go into this stand here, but as we do that, this is poor taxing on my part. Let's keep going a little bit. What was I on? Here, anti-ice, brake temperature. Yeah, brake temperature. I don't need to push, but I should check to see. So we will turn here. We'll turn here. Brake temperature. Yeah, I'll just skip that for now. After landing checklist completed, and then we have the parking checklist. So I won't do that until we park. Let me now line up properly with this. The other guys are looking at me, probably they're like, what is this guy doing? The airport does look nice. It is a freeware scenery for Flight Sim DO. In the upcoming streams, I'll make sure to have, before I full park, I'll make sure to have a list of any add-ons I'm using so that you guys can go and check them out. Okay, I need to stop the engines. Okay, so I thought it would, you know, it would give me some guidance here, but it doesn't seem like it's catching on. So I'll just slowly creep in. Make sure that the okay, 90 match there. So we'll stop at about here. I should have stopped here, but it's fine. Okay, we're good. Alright, we're stopped. Parking brake set. Brakes released. And engines off. Yeah. So parking ACCU press checked. Parking brake handle is set. All engine master levers off. Wing and beacon switch off. So is the stroke. Yeah, deboarding requested. Yeah. See now the gate turned on, but that could have happened as I was taxing in, right, guys? Let's make sure that the gate is doing what it's supposed to do. Deboarding has been requested, so I'll just close this. I don't need to do much. Now let's move through all the items. So okay, so lights as expected. APU bleed switch on. Apparently, I need to have that on. Okay, it's a bit of a laggy part of the flight because all these things are loading. Okay, APU bleed push button on. Fuel pumps off. So we'll turn these bad boys off. No, this one, this one, this one. Oh, cool. Let me go back to my one view. Yeah, it's not. It's easier to do. It's definitely easier to do checklists with the one view. Seatbelt switch is off. How did they start getting up with the seatbelt switches off? Hey guys, wow. Ground contact. We haven't established it, but parking brake as required. Yeah, we're not using any chocks as far as I'm concerned for now. Parking check is complete. Cool. Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, that's it. Let's enjoy the deboarding for now. We've done our part in here as far as we're concerned. We haven't. External power available. So let's turn the APU off so that we don't burn any fuel. Now the APU will turn off. Let's just see and enjoy the people walking away. You're welcome, Ahmed, but stick around. We do have to look at all these people deboarding slowly but surely. They're not carrying anything on them. Pretty light flight. It'd be nice if they were original dress, like whatever the people here wear, if they wore it on the models, if they made them. That'd be extra immersive, if I'm honest. That'd be cool. You know, the thobes and all the abayas and all of the hijabs and all of the, you know. You get the odd suit, but yeah, this is Caliphate Airways, this is delivery. I think this is a better view of it than the previous airplane because we got actual lights here. It looks fantastic, you guys. It looks fantastic. Let me know what you think, if you need any changes. It's I think a pretty realistic representation of what happens on airports that have this functionality, I guess. It's nice. We get dragged on. And we also have no passengers leaving. The frame rate is struggling right now. I'm not sure if it's because of the scenery or because of the ground services all doing their thing. I'm not too sure about that. Why do we have taxi lights on? Yeah, we're blinding everyone. We can. No, let's turn it on. Let's be professional. Yeah, the rest can stay as they are. Almost. AP bleed can turn off probably if I don't have the. But that's what was making the whole sound. AP bleed was making it. Yeah, you see. I should probably turn the external lights on, right, guys? Strobe. Yeah, why is the strobe on? We're not doing a very good job here, managing the lights. We definitely don't need so many lights on. We are at a parking after all, so with that, I want to make sure if there's anything else I need to. Yeah, the nav light. Maybe. Oh, should I keep that on? I probably need to keep it on. Let's keep it on. Let's enjoy the deboarding. Furthermore, actually, why don't we do deboarding ourselves? So case. Drone speed. I'll put it to minimum. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. For simulation purposes, bear with me. Okay, so I can't turn my head because I don't actually have the I don't actually have a numpad, right? I'm not sure if I can twist zoom level, drone rotation. No, that's the rotation speed. Fixed camera. No. Let's just remove ourselves. Try and get. Can we get the drone speed a bit less? It's pretty high. Okay. Let's see people leaving. Alright, okay, we're not looking at that. There we go. Let's follow this businessman. Baggage unloading completed. Hey, it's the same guy. He's the same guy. He follows us around. What a G. What a G. Let's follow. Follow them around. Hello, kind sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, where are you going? Oh, he fell down. Can we call an ambulance, please? Let's call an ambulance. First aid. Alright, I'm not. Don't show that. For religious beliefs, I cannot show that stuff. But bear with me, bear with me. Oh, he's talking on the phone. What are you saying, sir? What are you saying, kind sir? What are you doing there? What are you doing there? Come on, come on. Close your phone. Come on. Enjoy your arrival. What are you doing? Well, there's a little kid. Oh, he has a daughter. Probably is his daughter. Wait, is the daughter gonna go through the dad? No, don't. What an unfortunate. Oh, that's an interesting haircut you got there. I like the beard. Not gonna lie, not a bad beard. You gotta let it grow. Don't touch it. Just let your beards grow, guys. Okay, you gotta. That's what the Prophet peace be upon him says. Okay, don't touch the beards. Like the shirt here. I'm probably the only one who follows the passengers around. This is the cockpit view. And I appreciate I cannot turn the head, and it might be annoying, and I will fix this for the upcoming streams, inshallah wa ta'ala. It's funny to follow the passengers around, I'm not gonna lie, I'm having quite the fun. He's gonna drop off as well, isn't he? Oh, we missed it, but yeah. Okay, no, we don't show. We don't show. We don't show. No, we don't show again. I never knew what this was for, by the way. That's a very good side note. I never knew what this was for. Never actually knew, but I see it. I've seen it on all the aircrafts. All the Airbus A320s have been on, you know, all the A320, A32 series, A319, A321, A320. They have that yellow thing. I'm not sure what it does. Maybe it holds the wing when they do maintenance, or I'm not sure what it does. I should look it up. Yes. Okay. I think we had enough of the of looking at passengers deboard. There's still a lot more passengers to deboard than what we have. So let's just see how many passengers have deboarded in all this time. Okay. So about, okay, it's 47. Okay, so that's 50, 51, 53 passengers deboarded all this time. We'll be just looking at only 53 passengers deboarded. Surely it's faster than this in real life, right? Anyways, we had enough. It was a lovely flight. The landing was, I'd say mid. I'd say the landing was mid. It was better than I thought. Okay. The only thing I would judge myself on, and I need to check the replay quickly, because I didn't see the landing rate. You guys saw the landing rate, I didn't. That's unfair. Okay? So let's just be fair here. I gotta see it, inshallah. Let's see it. I'm gonna go back a couple of tens of seconds. I'm watching the replay now. You guys, you can't see what I'm looking at. That's the magic of technology. Okay, I did see a 1. I did see a 1. Let me see. What was it? And that's a floater. Hell of a floater. You know what? It was a bit of a short approach. I was quite low. Okay, Ahmed says 156. I'm not sure how that rates. Okay, 159. Okay, I see 159 on the replay. Um, I'm not sure what's considered a butter landing, but we'll take 159 for now. Okay, first stream after a while, stress levels. We had crosswind. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alhamdulillah, I'll take it. So, everybody, thank you. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure sharing this flight with you. Oman is a beautiful country. It was a night flight, so we didn't get to see much, but even if we did, my settings are not the highest, so we wouldn't have seen much. It's a beautiful country. We'll be continuing these flights around these areas. I do like the approach of this airport, on the sea, and then you land instantly. It's a very beautiful approach. With a very beautiful airplane. Phoenix has done a great job. I have no problems. I'll blame Dave for the bad approach. Blame Dave. Okay? So we'll just blame him. No problem. Okay? But Caliphate Airways, amazing livery. Made by yours truly, alhamdulillah. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Ramadan is coming up, so I will be making a Ramadan livery, inshallah wa ta'ala. So that's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Barakallahu fik, jazakumullahu khayran. Wa la qulu qawli hadha. Wastaghfirullah wa li wa lakum. Wastaghfiru. Innahu huwal ghafurur rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.